Have you ever felt like something is missing from your life? Like there's more to life than just getting by? Today I'm going to show you why a simple thing called purpose is the solution to this problem and how it can make you more money than you know what to do with. The best way to describe purpose in a simple way is a destination. So my destination is to help 10 million people start and grow a business of their own and break free from the system that's trapped them, right, into minimum wage jobs, for example. And it helps motivate you. It helps you push through the pain of starting anything. A normal person that often has quite a strong purpose would be a nurse. A nurse will always go to work, if they can. They don't strike. And because they know that they're helping someone else. If they don't go to work today, then there's going to be a lot of pain for someone, sometimes literally. So it's almost like that sense of responsibility that's beyond just yourself, because we're tribal, you see. We're actually all meant to have a purpose. In a tribe, we all have a responsibility to make the tribe better. Unfortunately, we become isolated in the modern world, and we kind of have ended up focusing on ourselves instead of thinking about the tribe. So it's getting back to that tribal mindset, which is like, how can I help my tribe? And if you help your tribe helps you. But I think purpose, to me, is defined in solving a problem that makes the world a better place. So I think there is a few ways to find purpose. The less direct way is to go and work with someone that's got purpose. It's infectious, in fact. So what I noticed about people that have purpose is they have another level of energy, and they have an approach to life which blow most people's minds. The way they think about, there's no work-life balance, for example. Most people that have purpose don't separate things that way. And they're not struggling all the time with work-life balance drama. I've got to have my weekends off. I need my evenings off. I need to go and watch my Netflix series today. When people have purpose, that all goes and something more important is replaced. And if you hang out with someone like that, you get infected. Now, the second way I think you can get purpose is basically allow yourself to feel. Right now, what that means in context of business is have empathy for problems people have. And so I, for example, often invest in businesses where the person who's running the company has a purpose that links to my own pain. So my father died of a heart attack, and a startup approached me a little while ago who developed a piece of technology that goes in seatbelts that can predict if you're having the symptoms of a heart attack 10 minutes before you have the serious cardiac arrest element of a heart attack. And so to me, and all three founders in that company, by the way, they lost their parents early in life to heart attacks. So I know they won't stop until that product is in market, right? If they've had all the founders had a parent that they lost due to that problem. And then I'm an investor who's had a loss because of a heart attack, for my father dying. We all have, we're not going to stop until this is in market. And what's really fascinating about that approach, let's say leaning into pain or leaning into problems in the world, basically not having a defeatist belief that you can't make a difference. You can make a difference, and leaning into solving a pain point for you and for others. And that's another way to get purpose. So some people can get distracted from their purpose. This is a big problem. Debt, for example, right? Debt creates a survival instinct in people. If you get into debt, you feel like you're drowning and you need to pay it off. So you have a monthly cost and you have to pay it off. And you're so desperate to deal with debt or manage debt that your purpose driver gets wiped out. It's a part of your brain, I think, that needs to be, if you go and have a walk right now, you'll come up with some of your best ideas if you're not thinking about the problem you're trying to solve. It's a bit like that. If your fight or flight mode is instigated, the part of your brain that allows you to think about the community, something bigger than you, gets completely stopped because you've got to survive. And I think debt is a good example. That will trap people. I would even say mortgage debt. You buy a home and you have a mortgage. A lot of people get trapped by that. Now people say, oh, it's better than renting. Well, what you find with renting is you can move out. You can rent out one of your rooms. You can go sleep on a friend's couch, especially when you're young. but at least it frees your mind to not be worrying about that monthly cost you've got to meet, or that obligation to repair the house, or all these things that come with these things that sound like society's good ideas, right? Own a home, actually end up trapping people. The other thing that I've seen that distracts people from purpose is, I call it the glamour effect, right? And that is a little bit of envy. So if someone's got a Lamborghini, you want one too. That is the wrong focus. And again, it's a different part of your brain that gets activated when you have jealousy. So instead of seeing the tribe around you and wanting everyone to benefit and therefore wondering how you can contribute to the tribe, you end up being jealous that one of your tribe members has a Lamborghini. And that is the wrong obsession. So jealousy and a sense of needing something you don't actually need that overtakes you can actually completely squash this more enjoyable life of being purposeful. If I was starting a new business today, I would probably start a property agency. Now, anyone that knows me knows that generally I hate property. I think it's a distraction, a thing that takes you away from true purpose. A lot of people, by the way, that are buying property and renting it out and creating these property portfolios actually have a real purpose, and it's not to charge people too much rent, right? That is not their purpose in life, yeah? Or drive up the value of property. That's not their purpose in life. They got distracted. But if I was to start a business, it would be a property agency, and it would probably compete with Knight Frank or Seville's. And what that agency would do is sell people's property, just like they do right now. So I recently bought Entrepreneur House, this property we're recording this in now, and whoever sold this house to me actually made £135,000 commission. Now it costs about £500 to put it on Rightmove, and let's say you pay people really well and you look after the people that actually work in the business, give them a profit share, maybe they made £5,000. So the actual owner of the business makes £100,000+ profit. And what I would do is I give that money to homeless charities. I give that money to build homeless shelters, and I would solve the homeless crisis through the property transaction. Now, I believe if you do something like this, again, a bit like the Toms, the people working there would feel more excited about working there. You attract the right sort of people that want to work in that sort of business. People listing the property with you would probably think about you first if they can, because it's not going to cost them any extra to help solve the homeless crisis. And all they need to do is give you their property. So you have the supply, and therefore you will have the demand. And with purpose, you can solve big problems. I think if you apply any of your business activities to these principles of like, how can I bring value to the people that work there? How can I bring value to the customers? And how can I make a difference over time with this model? I mean, I'm applying that to Purposeful Project exactly the same way, right? We make money from our social media income, and then I apply it to build resources to help people for free learn business and teach them what school never taught them. And so I'm living by this rule, and I've built 19 companies. I have a lot of experience. I've invested in 76 businesses. So I've seen when people don't install purpose, they give up. The people inside the company give up. Customers have less interest in you if there's no story. Brand is all the story arc, right? So purpose literally transforms the founders' lives, the people that work in the businesses' lives, and if you do it right, can make big differences to big problems. If you like this video, then hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And you can watch the next video here to help you unplug from the matrix.